What's good, everybody? My name is Austin Paulson with apperform.com, bringing you all the information you need to reach your highest level of performance. Welcome to the AP Performance Show.
It's that flow, no, she my flow, yeah.
Welcome, guys, to another episode of the AP Performance Show, answering all of your guys' questions directly. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about carbohydrate sources. Okay, so this question I got was, what are good carbs to eat? Like, are there good carbs and bad carbs? So I'm going to tell you this. I think that carbohydrates will probably break down in your body the same exact way no matter what type of carbohydrate, right? It's going to break down in the simplest form of glucose. With that, though, there's things that go into different glycemic indexes, okay? And also with more different types of carbohydrates, there's more micronutrients than others, right? So say if you had like Skittles, there's going to be less micronutrients than fruit, but they still have sugar in both of them, right? So here's some good sources of carbs, but I think you should really think about what type of, or what body type you are, or what do you do well with, okay? So if you're more of a skinny build, you might do well with simpler carbohydrates because you're not as insulin resistant, okay? More insulin sensitive is what it's called. But if you're more of a huskier person, you might want to use something that's a little lower in the glycemic index because your body isn't able to metabolize those carbohydrates. It's a little more, insulin resistant. And so, kind of the background, all that means, insulin resistance and sensitivity, is when you eat carbs, your body secretes insulin, which is just a hormone, and it shuttles the carbs into the cells, okay? So if it can't shuttle it into the cells or into the muscle or in the liver, then it's going to be stored as fat, okay? So take that, think about it, what kind of body type you are. But what are some good sources of carbohydrates? So I think for everybody, I like to use, sweet potatoes, rice, quinoa, vegetables, any sort of vegetable, whether it's broccoli, cauliflower, asparagus, any sort of vegetable, obviously, is great. But I also think that, if you are a skinnier build person, like I said, with the simpler carbs, then you can probably put in some sort of breads, pastas, starchier carbohydrates, something that's a little higher in glycemic. You can put sugar in there too, in certain portions of the day because you want to try to use that insulin effect for muscle building. So I guess if I was you, kind of see what kind of body type you are. If you're skinnier, you can use simpler carbs, like I said, cereals, pastas. You still use starches and vegetables, but you can incorporate a little bit of everything. If you are more of a heavyset person, I would probably limit it to a little lower glycemic carbohydrates, or even if you want to use, berries for your fruit, you can use, like I said, vegetables. I would use maybe some quinoa or some sort of squash or zucchini. All that would be great. But there's no good and bad carb, I guess. It's just how it affects your body, I guess. You know what I mean? So that's just my opinion. Other coaches will swear by, if it fits your macros and you should be eating, you can eat Pop-Tarts. And I'm sure that works. I just don't, there's just not as much micronutrients in those, obviously carbohydrate sources. So I like to stick to the wholesome food, that obviously the earth makes, not man-made. So take that with a grain of salt. I hope that was helpful. If it was, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any more questions, I'm loving all of the questions that are coming in. Please comment your questions below or shoot me a DM. I would love to answer them, feature them on the show. Go ahead and shoot me a subscribe if you really like the channel with all the content. I'm going to be putting out as much as I can. So anyways, guys, Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.